Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe 2 in Love, here with your AEW Dynamite review for February 8th, 2023. Solid edition as it was on Wednesday. We had some good stuff as usual, as we've been basically saying the last few weeks. Dynamite has been on a good consistency roll the last number of weeks, and might as well say a bit of a shocker, but at the same time was great to see in the main event. I mean, we had some very good matches, top to bottom, starting with MJF Vs Takeshita, but the main event, the Guns, Billy Gunn's kids, surprised many, and they are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions, and being the Acclaimed on Wednesday night. I mean, we had a feeling. I think we had a feeling with how things were going the last couple of weeks. We had a feeling that Billy Gunn would turn against the Acclaimed in this match and help his sons win the tag team titles and just create this huge buzz of heat that would come with it, considering how over the Acclaimed are. Now, we got less than a month till Revolution. And so, the Guns won by nefarious means. And took advantage and won the titles. So, I imagine there's going to be a rematch at Revolution. And perhaps then is when we get the Billy Gunn realigning with his sons and costing the Acclaim their rematch, and just builds and builds. More sympathy for the Acclaimed, more heat for the Guns in their reign so far as tag team champions. And if that's the goal, then by all means, it'd be great for both sides. And I said it last week, I don't see the Guns as long-term tag team champions, considering the teams we have in the division, and provided FTR comes back from their little break or hiatus. There's a feud right there with the Guns and build the Acclaim back on that chase. Be good for all parties. It'd be good. But yeah, that was certainly a stunner and was I would say, not really surprising for me, but eye-opening and good to see for the main event. But alas, like I said, got many great matches to go over with the trios titles match. We got, as I said, MJF vs Takeshita, etc. We had some good matches on the card, but before I get into them, thank you for joining me. If you're new to podcasts and you want to see more AEW Dynamite reviews, you can click the subscription there in the corner. Find stuff on the homepage, AEW in Love. Click it and find all the videos. How about channel? There you go. But with that out of the way, let's get going. Let's get started with the review. So, shoot. Back. Where's my notes? Oh. There you go. Okay, so by the time I got home, I got to the end of this match, the opening match. So basically what I did was, thankfully, because it was recorded, I watched the rest of the show, reviewed it, and then had to go back to watch the opening match and reviewed all of the opening segment, pretty much. So, but show started in grand fashion. MJF vs Konosuke Takeshita. This was very good. I mean, we know MJF doesn't wrestle all that often, but when he does, he turns it up and he really knows how to bring it. He's one of the best currently, not only in AEW but in the world. Takeshita, I mean, he is certainly, the more times you see him, he's gotten better and better. I mean, whether against Bryan, whether against Brian Cage, I mean, Hangman, Punk, etc. And now with MJF. He is really incapable of having a bad match thus far. And this match, we knew the outcome. We know how very good the match was going to be. One of the spots in this match could very well be spot of the year, but it was fun. Dang it, my phone. There we go. So, MJF was targeting the arm of Takeshita. Excuse me. He's targeting the arm, Takeshita, and the elbow, trying to set him up for a salt of the earth, which obviously hindered Konosuke for most of this match. He did land some strikes, landed a big knee. Ultimately, he had a frog splash out of the corner for a good near fall. And then this was cut to when I got home. This spot, which was as good the second time as it was the first. So, Konosuke was dropped on top rope. They were jockeying for position on the top. Takeshita went for a signature lariat to knock his opponents off the top. MJF, in one swift motion, took the lariat and then landed on his feet. Flew through the air and on his feet. And then followed up with a super kick. They followed with some stiff forearms, and Takeshita then hit a lariat of his own, and that was just one swift exchange that was brilliant. Very good. So, right as Konosuke knocked MJF out of the ring, he had tope over top onto the outside. Back in ring, he had Blue Thunder Bomb for a good near fall. Went for his running knee, but MJF got his foot in the bottom rope. MJF, after multiple times getting Konosuke in the salt to the earth, finally he really wrenched back after Konosuke got to the bottom rope. He flipped over and wrenched back the arm more, and Konosuke had no choice but to tap, and MJF got the victory over Takeshita. Afterwards, MJF got the Dynamite down the ring from the referee, shoved the ref down, clocked Konosuke over the head with the ring, busted him open. Bryan Danielson came down to save any further damage on Konosuke, and MJF hot-tailed it, and there was that. So, talk about a very good opening match, which was pretty much the sequence, all part of the show. Samoa Joe, he had a very good video package. Talked about regaining the TNT title. Talked about Wardlow. He said Darby was a worthy adversary, a worthy opponent, unlike Wardlow. Who he will humble and show why he is not a worthy adversary to the king of television. Pretty much. We had the Bunny versus Jamie Hayter. The Butcher has a new look, which, Butcher and Blade, a great tag team that could. One of the reasons why this tag team division is deep and very good, they should be in the running for tag team titles sooner rather than later. Excuse me. But this was very simple. Jamie Hayter is getting more and more over week by week. She had Haterade pretty much for near fall, or for the win, excuse me, and there was that. So, good stuff here for Jamie Hayter. There we go. Right as Hayter got the win, Saraya and Toni Storm, they were backstage being interviewed by Renee Paquette. They basically invited Leva Bates and said they knocked her down, and spray painted an L on Leva Bates, calling her a loser, saying they're not here to make friends. I don't know why, I'm just still not really buying this heel turn. It's just not great for both sides. I mean, I get it. Now, spray paint, they really don't need it. You know, really don't. Because, I mean, they faced the Renegade Twins on Friday, and they did do that. I mean, not a big fan. But I see what they're trying to. I see the storyline that's going. It's not a big fan of this heel turn, but oh well. Let's see. Then we got this story by MJF. I mean, jeez. What a story by MJF. So, Lexing there, was trying to get a word in with MJF outside of the locker room. His door was open, and he called her sweetheart and had her sit next to him. So he talked about Konosuke, saying how they were talking about him like he's the next big thing, and he pretty much shut him up and talked about the criticism over him and Bryan Danielson's criticism over him. So then he goes into the story how showing what kind of guy he is. So he had this blue Camaro when he was younger and high school, and he would get speeding ticket after speeding ticket after speeding ticket. And he was 1 point away from getting his license revoked. And for junior prom, he and his high school buddies, they would drive and find the hottest girls pretty much they could. And he saw this one his high school crush. Described her with brown hair and brown skin, saying she was perfect, and she told her, "Let's go for a spin." So he was able to drive it, and she was able to distract him. And you know, if you know, you know. Especially if you saw the gift or whatever he provided, pretty much. But, so, MJF said that when he went to hit the brakes, he actually hit the accelerator, and they hit a telephone pole going 90 miles an hour. once he came to, he saw blood. He looked over at her. Her head hit the windshield. And he luckily put his finger on her nose, found out she was still breathing, and all of a sudden he heard police sirens in the background, and he said then he knows what kind of, then he found out what kind of a man he was as he switched seats with her. So all of a sudden now MJF then said in life there are winners and there are losers. And he said that there will be no Iron Man match at Revolution between him and Bryan. What a messed up story, my MJF. What a messed up story. But MJF. Oh, by the way, he said girl's name for, let's just say, political or legal reasons. Her name was Liv. So that obviously got social media buzzing and trending for Wednesday night, which was hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, MJF as good as a dick-like heel pretty much can be. Now this was I would say the low point pretty much of Wednesday's show, if I had to say. The Garcia-Guevara Gauntlet. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just, the way it was orchestrated was, could have been better, I would say. So Ricky Starks had to go through Gauntlet of the JS. He had basically beat Angelo Parker, Matt Menard, and either Sammy Guevara or Daniel Garcia to face Chris Jericho. Now, if you haven't been following social media, Chris Jericho's been on his Chris Jericho cruise, annual Chris Jericho cruise, and with the wrestlers, etc. And I didn't think I don't think many thought that he was going to be on Dynamite, which was on Wednesday. Maybe it was like a short stint and now he's back on the cruise. I don't know, but certainly a surprise that he was on the show. So this was pretty quick to start. Ricky Starks put away Angelo Parker with a spear quickly. Then he rolled up Menard for a quick pin, and then all of a sudden, pretty much like that, down to the third entry. So Garcia's music play, he came out looking like he was going to be the guy taking on Ricky Starks, and then Guevara's music hit. He rolled a embrace, and then they both got up to the ring. You know, it's like, who are they gonna face, or who Starks gonna face? While being Daniel Garcia, it was a decent match from there on. So then, Garcia, he had a good suplex, but starts kind of with a almost like brainbuster for a near fall. The finish of the match, so Starks was on the outside, and there was this fan, quote unquote fan, dressed in a luchador mask with a scissor foam finger. So, which gave Ricky Starks a version of the juice effect. Starks was out, Garcia rolled Starks in the ring, 1, 2, 3, and Garcia denies Starks the ability to run the full gauntlet, and then the fan revealed himself as Chris Jericho, and Garcia and Guevara tried to look shocked, but yeah, that was unique. And I mean, I like it in this perspective, as in Garcia was the one to get the pin over Starks. I mean, obviously, there's a couple matches still to be had with Rick Starks and JS, and you know this. I like the storyline with Jericho and Starks because Jericho, we know, is one of the best veterans, and has a way of getting people over. So Starks, one of the future pieces of AEW. Jericho's gonna find his way and squeeze whatever juice out of it in order to make Starks even better than before. So I'm good with this storyline progressing and keep going. Next we got the match of the night and a match of the year contender. Bryan Danielson versus Rush. Boy, some of the shots in this match were brutal, and it was as advertised a war as you'd expect, and do my best to go over this match, but this was a flurry and was a fun one. So first of all, Bryan was in the trainer's room checking on Takeshita. And Jose, the assistant of Andrade and Rush, and Preston Vance, locked the door of the trainer's room, per se. So MJF, after Rush's entrance, basically barked at Aubrey to count and lead to a count-out victory for Roosh. Because the stipulation's still in place. If Bryan doesn't beat Roosh, he doesn't get a shot at MJF at Revolution. So finally we get Zabri is slow playing the count because of MJF's sourness, pretty much. Bryan Danielson burrows down the door and finally runs back in the ring at the count of 6. And the match goes underway. And boy did it deliver. So, Roosh, as if it wasn't obvious, target the shoulder of Bryan. They land some stiff shots back and forth. They were on the apron at one point. Roosh hit like a throw or a belly belly suplex off the apron. Bryan landed hard on the mat outside. Just the visual, Bryan a bloody mess, and this was crazy. Roosh hit a straight jacket pile driver on Bryan. That was going to be it. Still not favor of Bryan taking pile drivers, but almost got the W. Bryan had one bicycle knee, but Roosh managed to kick out. Back and forth, back and forth. Bryan was then able to hit his second one for the win. Roosh did not kick out of this one. And Bryan Danielson gets to face MJF in a 1-hour Ironman match at Revolution for the AEW World Championship, which should be fantastic. Very good. Then we go from that perspective to this wild trios match for the trios championships between the Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox. As you expect, this was all over the place. So, basically, high-flying moves galore, as you expect, towards the end. Top Flight managed to hit a big assist DT on Matt for a near fall. AR Fox hit a brutal Asai moonsault to the outside onto the Bucks. Top Flight then hit their nosedive combination finisher, followed up with AR Fox hitting a 450 splash off top for a crazy near fall. Then the Bucks, which was broken up by Kenny, Bucks hit the Undertaker for 2. Nick then hit a springboard moonsault outside, taking out Top Flight. Back in ring, Omega and Fox had a good exchange. Omega Dr. Bomb for near fall. Followed by V-Trigger went for the One-Winged Angel. Fox countered the One-Winged Angel into a almost crucifix for almost a win, but not quite. Omega then managed to roll Fox in a Oklahoma roll / crucifix pin for the win, and the Elite retain the Trios Championships in their second defense. So, good stuff. And technically, well, still have more matches to come with Top Flight and the Young Bucks, but we can tell the future is bright for the Young or Top Flight, provided they can be healthy, provided they can stay healthy. Main events. I went over it a bit in the beginning, but clearly this was the match tonight, but this was heavily good as well, and a good way to end the show. So, the Acclaimed vs Guns for the AEW World Tag Team titles. So, Caster is getting beat down for a good portion of the match. Bones got the hot tag in, ran rough shot on the Guns. Bones hit Guitar Crusher for a near fall. Bones, this was one of the most bizarre referee bumps I've seen in a while. So, Bones is going for a discus forearm shot on, I believe it was Austin. Austin ducked, and the referee took the brunt of the shot, and he wound up knocked out outside the ring. His neck hit the apron, but luckily he seemed okay. I mean, jeez, that was one of the bizarre referee spots we've seen. So, the referee is down. Austin hit the quick draw, but no referee there. So, want to get one of the tag team titles to wipe out Bones with it. Billy Gunn, who said he was going to leave it alone, came out to the ring. Now, this was suspect. I mean, some would say, well, he was helping Bones up, and at first it looked like he was going to hold Bones up to get swatted with the tag team titles. And then when Austin came in, he threw Bones out of the way, told something to his son, and then right behind him, Colton wipes out his dad with the other tag team title. So that takes out Billy Gunn. Then back in the ring, the Acclaimed hit the arrival, followed with the mic drop, elbow. Caster gets the ref, but it was only for one count as Colton took the referee out of the ring, threw Caster into the barricade, taking him out for the rest of the match. Bowens then rolled up Austin with a Okaro. Referee counted to 2, but Austin then shoved Bowens into a belt shot from Colton, knocking out Bowens, and then Austin rolled up Bowens 1, 2, 3. We got new tag team champions in the Guns. Billy Gunn's kids, the Ass Boys, whichever you want to call them. They have done it and are the new champions for however long, but no Billy Gunn heel turn yet. But very good moment for the Guns. I mean, they've gotten better and better since they first arrived on the scene in AEW. I mean, dude was paid, and I don't mind it. Not one bit. Not one bit. I can see why people are complaining, but pretty much everything AEW does has complainers. So, not much to say. So, anyways, guys, that was AEW Dynamite for you. Very good show, very good. But yeah, if you like this video, click that like, leave a thumbs up in the corner. Help out the video, help out the channel, leave a thumbs up. If at all. But yeah, see you guys next time for Pro Wrestling Reviews. But yeah, thank you all. Be safe. I am H.O. Love. Get out of here. Peace.